Hello and welcome to Admit One, your movie and TV podcast right here on Rabbit Hole Media. I am one of your hosts, Jack Nedley Thompson, and as always and as usual for our Tuesday shows, I am joined by one Kristian Lasham.
Good evening.
How the devil are you?
I'm right.
A ringing endorsement for
Well,
adulthood.
I finished work like 11 minutes ago,
That is true.
and it's been a shit day. In truth, it's been a poor day. It's been a real bad day.
That's fair.
So you know, I had a good morning. I was off for the morning. I played some video games. I fell off a roof in the video game, not in real life. Fell off many roofs.
You've been playing Dinglit.
Yeah, Dinglit. Yep. Which we'll talk about on
Thursday.
Thursday.
The petrol.
And then I built a roller coaster.
A different video game.
Different video game. Not the same one. That'd be weird.
It's so diverse.
So I was having a good morning. Then I had to do work. So my day went progressively downhill. But now I'm here again, and I've got a cup of tea. Company of a friend. No viewers. What more could a guy ask for?
Viewers. Don't worry, I'll put some demeaning comment in the Discord if no one shows up.
Please do.
So I'll make sure they know they're meaningless and useless. This is Admit One, your movie and TV podcast right here on Rabbit Hole Media. If you like what you're doing and what you're doing is watching us, you can follow us. Yes. You can follow us on Twitter at rabbithole_UK. You can subscribe to us on YouTube where you can see us anytime that you wish. You can follow us on Twitch at Rabbit Hole Media, and you can join the chaos and carnage that is a conversation over in the Discord.
Indeed.
I would like to point out the irony of the clip that went up yesterday and then that just happening.
I know. Yeah. I haven't had an issue with the pen though.
You haven't, so you know what?
Have we just both broken the pact?
I think we have, but you did it first, so I kind of felt like it was either I then broke the pact or I am the sole problem. So it was a rock and a hard place with the decision making. And now you can follow us on Instagram at rabbithole_media_UK or on TikTok at Rabbit Hole Media for all the behind the scenes chesticles and testicles. Tits and bits. If you'd like to support us, head to merch.rabbitholemedia.co.uk for a wide range of merchandise that recently got wider. And finally, if you are watching us live on Twitch and are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch Prime membership a month. Please find it within your hearts to give that membership to us. It doesn't cost you a penny, but goes a very long way in helping us bring you the shows that you love.
Two things. First of all, when you said recently got wider and pointed at me, I thought you were having a personal attack.
I was pointing at your T-shirt because it's our merch.
But I didn't take it that way.
I am not in a position to criticise those becoming more rotund.
I don't know. I don't feel like am I becoming more rotund? Is that happening? Okay, good.
Is it even possible for you?
Well, I mean, I can't get thinner.
You can. I know people. I know skinnier people.
And then the other thing I was going to say was I am taking a little bit of umbrage with you currently. Because what you've done is you've gone and had a good little groom and a trim.
Oh, I see.
And it makes me look like a fucking idiot. So if you could stop making me look shit, that'd be great.
Rich, I believe, so after the show, we're going to be doing other bits. So in that time, you'll be able to find the ice cream and deliver it to my house. So I expect it to be there by the time I get home.
Excuse me, why is
it's Ben & Jerry's banoffee flavour, and I want it.
I see. Can you...
Or you could just bring it here.
I was going to say, can Rich bring ice cream here? A tub of banoffee and some cookie dough.
Really? Your Ben & Jerry's of choice is cookie dough?
Well, I don't know banoffee.
No, you don't have to go, but there's so many flavours.
Cookie dough's just the first one that came to mind.
It's also the worst one. That's not true.
False.
It's one of the worst ones.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is.
Chocolate fudge brownie is better.
Chocolate fudge brownie is better. I'd agree with that.
Half baked is also better because it's cookie dough.
Oh,
and
that is.
chocolate.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That one exists. That one exists.
You like caramel, don't you?
Yeah.
In which case, Blondie Brownie, cool.
Blondie Brownie's also very good. Yeah,
Is a better one. I don't like fish food.
No, Richard said fish food. I don't like fish food.
I don't like fish food. The problem with fish food is it's solid pieces of chocolate.
Solid pieces of chocolate.
That are then frozen.
And then the marshmallow is frozen, so is again like...
Properly chewy.
Properly chewy, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same problem with baked Alaska, which should be... It's the only one they do that has white chocolate on it, in it. So it should be... In it, bro. So it should be infinitely superior. But again, it's just pieces of solid chocolate that are frozen. So they want to do battle with your tooth.
And win, usually.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering I've got a broken dead tooth. And that broke on a burger. So imagine if
Didn't that happen with me?
No, this happened like 7 years ago.
Oh.
And I've just done nothing about it.
I vaguely remember you having a tooth incident.
I've had many teeth incidents. I think it's gotten worse.
I'd argue you've had many incidents around
I've had
me.
many incidents, but I'm just talking about. I'm just talking about teeth specifically in this. In this, I think it's gotten worse over time, and I do have incidents where suddenly it just starts hurting. So this is the way I know the cure to tooth problems.
Decapitation.
No, it's book a dentist appointment.
Yeah, but that costs an absolute fucking...
Yeah, you don't have to go. You have to book it, and then it
Oh,
goes away.
I get it. You're right.
Because I want to tell you a thing now.
We'll do fast in a minute, by the way.
I'm 28 years old, okay? I haven't been to the dentist in 10 years.
Been even longer for me, I think.
As soon as they went, you need to pay for this unnecessary set.
You've not plugged in the power cable on the
I
back.
haven't.
I'll fix that. You carry on with your anecdote.
Basically, the second they told me I had to pay for a service I didn't need, I decided I wouldn't take it. It's like, I'm not going to the hospital every 6 months for no reason. Thus, I'm not going to go to the dentist either. And I think that's a fair enough... Yeah, cheaper, but not free. I can have a brain aneurysm and the healthcare would be free. Why, if I bite into something that's a bit too hard, do I then have to pay hundreds of pounds? This country is backwards and I don't like it.
I agree.
I mean, it's better than $2,500 to be given a lift in an ambulance, but, you know. £23? Nah, they were trying to charge me fucking hundreds. £23? See, now I understand. That's fair enough. Considering that's a pizza. I mean, I'd rather have the pizza.
Yeah, I'd take the pizza all day long.
But even so. Anyway, we're here today, of course, to talk about Fast Five. The fifth one.
Yep.
In the... you never know with this franchise. This could be number 12.
This is true.
So I thought I'd clarify. The fifth Fast and Furious movie. Arguably, this is where... Kristian has a lot of potential to upset me in a minute. So... This is where it gets good. Kristian, general thoughts?
So.
Oh, no.
I agree.
Oh, thank God.
But...
Oh, there are buts all the live long day.
It is still a fucking mess.
Oh, of course
It's an absolute mess. But it's real good fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just good fun.
That's what these movies are. Yeah. They are not winning any Oscars anytime soon. There's no incredible writing. There's no incredible performances. Although I will argue, this movie has kind of broadcasted that Vin Diesel is very good at acting angry.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yeah.
Any other the rest of the time, whatever. Vin Diesel is here.
I agree. I actually felt The Rock was quite weak in this. But we'll get into that.
He's trying to.
Yeah,
too hard. Yeah,
we will get into that. No, I had really good fun with this film. I really enjoyed watching this film, and I think it is messy. I think there are problems, but I think none of those problems really matter because it does the things which I've been saying for the last 4 weeks. What I feel the first one did well, and it does them even better, where it has a good sense of character, and team morale. It has a good sense of comedy mixed with some action. The action sequences, although they get over the top, are still, well, not grounded, but they're interesting. They're interesting action sequences, and they're not full of CG nonsense.
a tidbit, but finish your point. There is a tidbit.
It also feels like that although they kind of have gotten away from the fact that they're just street racers, the fact that they are street racers is still kind of built into their characters' DNA. Like they still are clearly car fans, and that kind of tone doesn't leave throughout the film. I think obviously they brought back a certain element of the police stuff to a degree. Obviously not undercover anymore, but it makes sense as to why. Because there becomes a point where if they were still giving that man undercover jobs, then someone...
Well, certainly not anymore, yes.
There's an issue. I thought I had a really good time with this film. I don't really have anything overly bad to say. I do think there are issues in terms of a lot of like jumping to real quick conclusions and a lot of real quick character, like hard character changes from like their motivations and stuff like that. And a lot of like, these people are like proper fucking criminals at the end of the day. Like in real world, these people are like major criminal players. And a lot of these major police agents and FBI agents are pretty okay with it. And so there's a lot of like disbelief you have to suspend.
Like, it is really weird how like the crimes they focus on, like, so obviously a big thing in this is when they believe that it was Toretto and friends that killed the DEA agents. But it wasn't. But moments before, Vin Diesel did throw a man into a bridge.
He absolutely did.
And several corrupt police officers. Corrupt. I know they were kind of... They made sure to say every corrupt police officer
made me laugh.
Is after you, when in reality, you just robbed a police station.
Yes. And
they're all after you.
Are dragging a rather large safe throughout the city. Everyone is after you.
Yes.
Corrupt or not.
You're not wrong. Every corrupt police officer is after you, but so is every non-corrupt police. But anyway, they threw that in there to make it... Oh, look, it's fine that they're being pancaked. Yeah. It doesn't matter. These are bad people. No, they're just poor and took money. But anyway...
all the characters in this are bad guys.
Oh, 100%.
They're all bad guys.
They twist dialogue and circumstances to make you obviously root for these. It would be a very shitty movie.
What they do is they because of the lead characters are bad guys and are criminals, what they do is to make you root for them. They
make the good guys worse.
They make the good guys worse, and they also make those lead characters likable by adding character and charm, which I think is what some of the other ones. I think Tokyo Drift was missing, and I think elements of the second one was missing. So they managed to give that, and even they managed to redeem, I think, some of these other characters that we had seen that weren't given much to do. I think they managed to give them all a bit more character in this. They managed to give this film the Avengers treatment the year before the Avengers.
Yes.
Which is
weird.
God,
that's mad that this came out before the Avengers. See, because obviously there's so many MCU movies now. The first Avengers movie seems like a lifetime ago. Whereas this is only 4 movies ago. Yeah. And it's just like, fucking, this was before that. That's mad. It's mental.
What's your general thoughts on it? I know you like it.
I really like this one. It's not my favourite one. But it's definitely the one where it started going, okay, we know what we want to do now. And quite a few of the remaining ones are directed by this guy, I think.
Right.
I'll look that up in a minute. So clearly he knew what he wanted to do, and obviously this was the first one that was like a roaring success. So they obviously just went, this is the treatment it shall receive. But no, I really like this one. I think some of the stuff in this is quite quaint, which might be an alarm bell for some, but yes, it is quite quaint. But it's still really entertaining. The tricks they were doing with the safe to...
Yeah, like there's a lot.
Throw it around and this, that. And I think...
Yeah, some great driving stuff.
Yeah, and obviously, spoilers now, but the whole... I think they...
I'll time code it.
I think they hid the old switcheroo of the safes quite well, but in a way that when they went back on it to reveal it, you weren't like, oh, bullshit.
No, yeah, absolutely. I don't think any of the issues with the plot were like that. I think the issues with the plot I have are more just like the major leaps in logic and major jumping.
Oh yeah, like, my favourite thing was it was a list of places, the same places over and over again, and Dom just went, "It's a delivery schedule." I was like, could have just been a list of places. Why is this suddenly a delivery schedule? But it's filled with shit like that. But that's not what these movies are there for. The general tidbit that I was, the tit and bit that I was going to bring up, that's safe. Obviously, there's a few of them. Some of them was CGI. Some of them was a practical safe that was just rolling through a building. But otherwise, it was a car.
Oh, right, okay.
There was just a little man. Well, not a little man. There was a full-size
makes
man.
sense, because one of my biggest issues was there ain't no way those two cars are dragging this multi-ton safe around a city. Yeah, it won't fucking happening. It's not happening. They may have got it to move a little bit. They certainly were not doing what they were doing in a high-speed chase. Your car would have been going a grand total of 4.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't have gone very quickly. I think they could have dragged it if...
And it would have got stuck on everything. Like, where it was just going through and ploughing through everything, it wouldn't have done that.
Well, if it was moving at that speed, it would have. But they wouldn't have been able to carry on.
No. Yeah.
It would have probably ploughed through that bank, but stopped.
But then stopped, and then they would have ricocheted back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that. Same as like on the bridge, when he turns around and starts putting the safe in. You're not moving that on your own. You needed 2 of you to put it.
It was empty at that point.
It's still a multi-ton, like, it's
it's
a couple of tons
yes,
safe.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if it's empty. Your car ain't dragging that.
I'm not defending. Well, not genuinely defending.
It's a minor gripe, and it is a... So, suspend your disbelief a little bit and you get away with it, but it's the same as things like, we're going right into spoilers, we'll go through a bit more plot organisation later on, but like Hobbs suddenly just being like, no, I'm a man of the law, so fuck it, I'm going to help you take down this guy. Like, it's a real hard turn all of a sudden, and it's just like, I don't buy this.
No, you don't buy it, but at the same time, you're just like, yeah, fine. He killed his guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, there is okay, fine. Yeah, he killed his guy, but it's like, fucking hell, man. And I don't know.
Then switch back again.
But I'm going to give you 24 hours.
Just arrest them, mate.
Yeah, you just arrest them.
Fired is what.
Also, yeah, I'm going to give you 24 hours. You have to leave the money. And then he realizes he haven't left them. At that point, he's like, well, then you're not getting 24 hours because you didn't leave the money. So I'm just going to come and get you.
But no, he just laughs.
I mean, yeah, just that.
Oh, those rapscallions.
yeah, I would have got away with it. And the girl that's with him, I can't remember her bloody name.
Mrs. Hemsworth.
Yes.
I can't remember her name either.
Like, she seems mighty okay with the fact that she's now just going out with like a major crime warlord, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't remember her name. No. I was about to say Elena. That's a different thing entirely. Fast 5.
Yes, Hannah, and then they go back to the place where he knew they were. They go there a few times when people know that's where they are. So I was like, why do you keep going back there? It doesn't seem safe.
Yeah, but they knew they had 24 hours.
I suppose.
Elena. I was close with Elena. Hell, she doesn't actually go by Mrs. Hemsworth. Her surname isn't Hemsworth.
Is it Chris's wife or what?
No, it's Pataki. Also Pataki.
Where's the Hemsworth thing coming from?
Oh, yeah, it's Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Oh, I see, right.
Sorry, I thought you were saying is her name like also Chris's wife.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
We don't do that anymore.
No. But yes, that is Chris Hemsworth's wife.
But
the back of her head is in Thor: The Dark World.
Is
there
it?
You go.
Okay. But yeah, I'm a big fan of The Rock.
Yes.
I really like Dwayne Johnson. I really like The Rock for a number of reasons. When I was a kid in WWE, I used to love The Rock. So consequently, I still have that like nostalgia affiliation to him. And I really like Dwayne Johnson, most of the things I've seen him in. I thought he was real poor in this film.
Yeah, he's not playing... He's playing like a jacked up stereotype of Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Or of a particular portion of Dwayne Johnson's personality. Mm-hmm. I will say he lightens up.
I feel like I'm not surprised because there's no way he could keep that up. Like, Dwayne Johnson is at his best because he can be can switch on being like...
But he's also very charming.
Yeah, but he's charming and witty and even The Rock in WWE was a bit like that. He was comical and had a bit of charm to him and was making jokes in between him doing whatever he's doing. So yeah, this sort of like straight thing just didn't work for him, I don't think. It was just like...
No. Also...
Don't buy this.
The straight hypocrisy by, like, we've got to find you because you're big-ass criminals.
Yes.
Commits more crime in the pursuit of.
So I'm saying they're very nonchalant about murder in this film.
Oh yeah, it is quite funny because that in movies like this, I think that's how you skirt the age rate. Weirdly enough, I think how you skirt the age rating is by being quite nonchalant about murder. In that people die off screen, you don't really see it, and no one reacts to it because it's not a big deal. Yeah. So like the amount of people that died on the bridge.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
hundreds.
Yeah, many people died in this film.
Yeah, like 30 people were crushed to death by a safe in the bank.
Yeah,
like there's no way all of them got to the back office in time. Just people in general, cars that just crushed underneath, the man that was thrown into a bridge, the other man that was exploded on the side of a train.
Yeah,
just many deaths. See, I watched the extended version of this. I don't know if that's what's on your.
So the option for it was there, but I'd already actually watched like half hour of the film before I realised the extended version was on there.
Oh, that's fair.
Because essentially, like, I kind of just missed it on the menu. Just went play, started watching it, and then I was interrupted like halfway into the film and had to go out briefly. And when I came back on, for some reason, the PlayStation didn't do that thing where it went, "Do you want to continue where you left off?" and it just took me back to the main menu. And then I saw the thing. I was like, "There's an extended version." It's like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
It's one of those extended versions that's a few minutes.
I presumed as much.
You wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I could watch them back to back, and I probably wouldn't be able to tell you.
I presumed as much, and I kind of just went like, I assumed there's not be much in this, and also the extended bit may have already been in the first half hour, and I've missed it. So I was like, I'm just gonna carry on watching where I was. So.
I think it's just like a few extra shots in like action sequences and stuff. I don't think there's anything that's actually added because they all do this, and I don't know why. There's so many films from this era that did that, like actual extended version, and it was just pointless. But you do it anyway. That's just what I watch. But I already knew they were there, so obviously that's what I did. But yeah, I did like the fact that they managed to bring back all these characters that we had seen before. But other than the two Dominican dudes,
yes,
I believe they're Dominican. Actually give them personality and like roles to play and things
100%.
like that. And I think they created the chemistry between everyone was great.
I agree. I completely agree. So, like Tyrone, for example, like
Tyrone and Tej.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I said that in number 2, I feel like Tyrone and Brian's chemistry was being completely forced. It didn't actually feel like that in this. Tyrone actually felt more natural as well, and felt like he had a bit more character written to him.
Well, yeah, because he was really serious for the most part in Too Fast, Too Furious as well. Like he made a couple of jokes and what have you, but in this one he is more of the comedic.
But they also play on those character traits, which they don't do in number 2 at all.
No,
he's there and he does things, but they don't ever play on this. They play on it. It's like, we're going to use this and your ability to
talk
be
shit.
A quick talker and talk shit to go and do something, and they do that for all of those characters, which I think is very good. Vince is still a fucking idiot. Tyrone. Where'd I get the name Tyrone from?
I think you've meshed
Roman and Tyrese
in some weird way.
I apologise.
Yes, Roman Pierce. To the point, why were the Dominicans not on the most wanted list? Probably because they didn't really do much.
Yeah, I guess as well, because they were saying that it was known affiliation, known associates.
Just not known.
They weren't known associates. Would be my guess. Yeah, Vince is a fucking idiot. Don't like Vince. When he turned up, I was like, "Oh, good, you're back."
Don't worry, you only had to wait about an hour to go. Oh, good.
Yeah, but it's just like that's what I thought. I was like, he's just shit. Every time we've seen him be involved in something, he's shit at it. He gets fucked up every time, and he makes stupid mistakes every time. And okay, he gave a good speech about like, you don't trust me, you didn't trust me about him, and what, you're not trusting me now. Yeah, but you do keep doing stupid shit, mate. Like,
well, it's just yes. Don't make a speech about trust when you've just broken back in at night to steal something to give to the baddies. That's not the time to make the speech.
I was going to ask about Han.
Yes.
How? Because did they say how?
Yes.
Did they? I missed this.
Oh, sorry. They haven't.
Right.
Next week.
What would they... See,
it's not a spoiler. Do you just want to know? It's
oh no,
not a
I can
spoiler.
wait and find out. That's fine. My issues come with I knew it was going to happen because you told me the other week that it was going to happen, that he was going to be in it and be back, and there was going to be some bullshit. My issue I have is like the last time we saw him, like bearing in mind when this came out, 6 didn't exist, so there isn't an explanation yet. So the last time we saw him, he dead, and now we're just in this casually.
He was in 4 as well. He was at the very beginning of 4. He wasn't in the main movie, but he was in the opening heist of Thor. Of 4.
Was he?
Yeah. Then they go their separate ways, and he says, "I'm going to go to Tokyo."
I missed that. I missed that. Either way, I don't like that they're just ignoring it and glossing over it. That irritates me.
So it wouldn't be a spoiler for me to just say why.
Well then,
If you want me to.
yeah, go on.
Tokyo Drift is set after 6.
Ah, right. They don't tell us that anyway, though, do they?
No, it's something that you find out during 6.
That seems a lot like something they just went, we'll just say it's set afterwards.
100% they decided this later.
Yeah.
They tie other shit into this and it goes all over the place. And I'm assuming you're not watching like trailers or looking up anything about the movies beforehand. I was like, that's the best way to do it. Oh yeah, did you notice his surname?
No. What am I missing?
Han's surname is Solo.
Ah, I didn't pronounce that when I was reading it. I like that. No, that's good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's fine. No, I feel like they did use all these characters well, and as you say, they all had a role to play. They all had a part to play in the operation and in the plan. I liked the heist. I like the whole thing. I like heist movies anyway, so I like the whole thing of like, right, we're going to do this heist, and everyone's got their role to play, and you're seeing it unfold. You're not told the plan, and then you watch them do the plan. You're seeing them do it, and
you're seeing them plan it as well, and actually get stuff done. And whenever it's just like, oh, that we need to do this, then it just obviously cuts into them doing it. And you see the plan evolve as well, and like when they're just like, we can't do this, and then Han's like, we need some invisible cars, and Vin Diesel's immediately like, I know where to get them, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Hannah has said also Han exists in a film Justin Lin made before Tokyo Drift, and he was a chain smoker, hence the constant eating. They do reference that.
They reference that. Gal Gadot says to him that, oh, you used to be a smoker, I can tell because of all the chips. You always have something to do with your hands and your mouth. And I was like, well, I'm always eating and I have never smoked a cigarette. What's my problem? What addiction
I don't know if you ever see him not eating. The only scene I can think of is at the very, very end in the movie when he's doing some very dangerous driving.
I mean, no, but his hands and mouth are occupied.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. His hands and mouth are occupied. That was the joke I was leading towards. Sorry, I appreciate that you got there with me. But Han is still one of my favourite characters. I really like Han, and I don't know why.
That's
Hannah
fair.
said, but how did Dom say that they need someone who can blend in everywhere, and picks Han, who is the only Korean dude in Brazil? I think it is meant to just be he's a really calm, no shit dude who no one really pays attention to.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just good at blending.
Not that he will just...
Lord.
You need Jesus!
Talking about people crashing and dying, there are many points in this film where they die.
See, the one where you put up in Discord, I was like, nah, I've seen videos of people dying and
Dead.
jumping into water from higher
dead.
than that.
Dead.
You can jump into water from that height.
You can. I don't think they would. I think they'd die. I think they'd be dead.
You can absolutely do it from that
I
height.
reckon they'd be dead.
I wouldn't be
bus,
surprised.
as well as you said, the bus, dead.
The bus, everyone is dead.
Dead.
Also, the fact that he just slams his brake and the bus hits him and flips over him, no. It would just crush the car.
Yes.
So, that would have been
Yeah, many deaths. There are many.
There are many deaths in this movie, and some of them stick.
Yeah, many of them do.
Some of them stick. The whole, I'm going to bring it up for the third time, throwing a man into a bridge. And I only bring it up because it made such a fantastic noise. The proper, like, twang of hitting like a metal pole. It was glorious. The guy who was driving that weird bouncy car ramp thing.
Oh, yeah.
Who was just like, oh, no! And then it exploded. He didn't come back.
Nope.
I can't remember what rating this movie actually is.
I'm just looking over there to find out.
I know
I'm checking it for you.
My Blu-ray, so the extended one is a 15. I don't know if
I'm trying to check it, but IMDb is.
I don't know if this is a 12. Design B 12A. So the extended version is a 15. So I wonder, with all the bullet shots and stuff, was there any like blood spatter and bullet holes in people and stuff?
Yeah, I mean not major.
No, not major. It wasn't in the extended version.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if that was in the.
Yeah, there was. I mean, it was
one
nothing
time.
like major at all. It was pretty tame.
No, yeah, it's still pretty tame. I largely think it was a 15 because of. Also, I love how big for their boots these people can get. Because on set, the Rock versus Vin Diesel fight was referred to as the Clash of the Titans. I was like, you're very arrogant people.
But to be fair, it was a fucking good fight.
It is a good fight.
But like, this is the other thing I thought. Like, say what you want about The Rock, he's a very good stage fighter. Because believe it or not, it's basically what he did. Basically his thing. He's a stage fighter. So he's very good in fight scenes. And Vin Diesel is also a very good stage fighter. And the two of them together, like, I thought it was a very good fight. It was very visceral. It looked like shit. This is a big deal. And obviously a little bit predictable with the whole wrench thing where he clearly hits it in the floor. I'm just breaking away to Hannah's message here. I'm assuming this is about the cliff jump. She says, you can't. I read an article, the science of it. He's about 7 times higher up than the Golden Gate Bridge.
How do you know that?
Only 5% of jumpers survive. Would have hit the water at 124 miles per hour. Would be very dead. See, totally did.
But how do you know he's 7 times higher than the Golden Gate Bridge?
Well,
it didn't look that high.
Like I said in my description, I do think it was the second largest canyon in the world.
How do you know that? How do you know what canyon that was?
Well, it was pretty fucking big, and I know it's not the Grand Canyon, so it's fair to assume it was the second.
That doesn't have water at the bottom.
Exactly. I mean, you'd definitely die.
Yeah, you'll be very dead. You'll be very dead on that one.
The Rock Vin Diesel fight scene with the whole thing where he's lifting up the wrench and smashes it down, but they never actually they take such a long time to show you he's not hit the Rock.
Oh yeah,
they say
he has hit a rock.
Well, yeah, but not the Rock. But they spend such a long time hovering on that. It was so clear.
Oh yes, but this is a movie, so they were probably in the air for longer because it's more cinematic. Looking at the actual height of it, I reckon you could do it. Not if you belly flop.
Should we go there and you can jump off and we'll see what happens?
Sure, I think it's a win-win for me. I'm either right or dead. So
in which case you can't be.
Exactly. No one's going to be caring that I'm wrong. They're going to be, oh no, he's dead.
I'd be more like, see, told you. Rich, you're going to have to drive here more.
And I said I was thinking that train would have derailed and it was super unbelievable and then discovered that that was actually real. Yeah.
It did survive a lot of stuff without coming off the rails, though. Like, I'm surprised that
I don't like just how immediately on board you are with this, as opposed to, no, boys, don't do an experiment that's going to kill Jack.
I feel like it's your own fault.
Maybe more from home content. Nah. Well, you'll have to fix the one frame a week thing.
No, Jack's dead. You can step up. Help me in my morning.
What about the afternoon?
It's normally gone down a bit by then, to be fair. I'm sorry. Oh dear.
Deary me.
Oh dear. But I enjoyed that fight scene.
We haven't talked about the gazelle. Giselle.
What?
We're just going through all the characters. We stopped at harm. We haven't talked about Giselle. But it sounds like gazelle, so I made a joke.
Oh, Gal Gadot?
Yes.
I see.
She's right.
She's in it.
This was 2011, so obviously there was an attractive woman in it, and they go, she needs to be in a bikini. It's vital.
Yes. It's the only thing to do is to over-sexualize.
The only way to get a fingerprint from someone is have his hand on my arse.
To be fair, men are gross. So actually, I think that was the most...
It was a good plan.
I also think it was the most believable thing in this movie.
That's fair.
And I'm not even kidding. Like, if the most believable thing in this movie is that was the way she was able to get the handprint off him. Totally agree. Because men are gross.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, the only reason in this movie I'm just like, not like, fucking hell, that was quick in terms of Mia being pregnant. Was the throwaway line Vince said was I spoke to Dom a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, oh, so it's been some time since the bus, because it just goes bus. Where are they now? Brazil, pregnant. I was like, what the fuck did you do on the plane?
She wasn't on the bus.
No, I said, did you do it on the plane?
Yeah, no, but
you would have driven to Brazil. She wasn't on
the bus, so they could have done it before the bus incident.
Good point, well made. Good point, well made.
But I'm pretty sure they have a moment together in number 4.
That's true.
A moment of kind of like, re-sinking passion, as it were. And may have happened then.
It might have done.
Don't know.
But also, yeah, there's no time window before at the end of 5 either, and suddenly just very pregnant.
Yep.
So there's all sorts of things. And then Vin Diesel is dating a cop.
He is. So I thought that was weird.
That was weird.
From her point of view, I think it's weird. And his point of view, I think it's weird.
I don't think it was as weird as her just picking up his necklace and
deciding
thing, to wear it.
Yeah.
Like, as they go to arrest him as well. That's a how to piss off a violent criminal 101. Steal their
necklace.
No, what?
Jewelry.
No. Fuck. Sentimental possessions.
Okay.
Steal their sentimental possessions and wear it as you arrest them. That's one way to have your fucking neck broken, I think. Probably by The Rock for no reason in this movie. That's pretty much what he does, isn't it? He just shows up, sweats a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, the scene when they go to arrest him at like the car meet, like he's properly sweating in that.
Dripping.
I also enjoyed that. I enjoyed that whole thing of like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
Look at all of us.
This is Brazil. Guns.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Oh yeah. It just goes to show that in the world of street racing, Dom has a lot of clout.
Yeah.
And
I also really liked a little touch when obviously the first time he goes to that meet, because they need another car. They go to that meet and they're talking shit with them. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna race you. I'm gonna have your car in my trophy cabinet, and then cut and they've got the car. I loved that it was that you don't see that. It's just yeah, all right, big talk, cut. There, they've won. We don't need to show you they've won. They've won. You know they've won. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really nice touch to not just go, and here's fitting out with another race, but to have it part of the plot and just skip through it of like, you know where this is going. I'm not going to waste your time. They've won. It's good. It's clever.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that as well. There's a bit of a comedic element to it as well, where it was just like...
There was another part in it. I can't remember what it was. There was another bit in this film that gave me a proper... Like, it was some kind of, like, unnecessary over-the-top murder someone did that got a good cackle out of me, because that always makes me laugh in a film when someone dies in a ridiculous way.
There was a few. There was the fucking, like, in the favelas when The Rock just runs it, for all he knows, just random fucking dude. Yeah, they're wearing balaclavas, they're up to no good, but he doesn't know what they could have just nicked some wine gums from the local mart, if you were. And he just fucking stabs them, like slices the throat, and then just does the most rapid neck snap I've ever seen in my life. Just pow! Not even just take them down, just take them down. Yeah. Like they are 6 feet under immediately.
I think it was in the safe chase. I'm going to call it the safe chase. I'm sure they did something with that where they like turned the safe into like a catapult or something.
Oh yeah, they did. They quickly both turned down alleyways and fired it forward. And
yes,
the cars just went.
It was that
smash.
They gave me a good ha.
They did that a few times. They obviously took out the guys on the bikes and all that. Yeah,
there was some really good driving in that sequence. Like obviously, it's completely bollocks. But
Oh,
there
yeah,
was some
100%.
really good synchronized driving and stuff with it, and it was just cool. It was just kind of, it's that kind of thing. Obviously, they mentioned early on in the plots like we need 2 highly precision, like accurate drivers. So
I just want to point out you wouldn't. Oh, drivers, yes.
yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
like, oh yes, well we got those, and then you do just see a sequence of the 2 of them working well together. And again, that was my biggest compliment of the first one, was the 2 of them together. So giving them as much screen time together as they did in this film, and in the way they did, just really continuing to grow on that friendship and bond we had seen, and the way they can then work together, I think was one of the strongest moves of this film.
I have a feeling you might not like, just based on what you've said over the previous films, not like 8 and 9 as much as you
Well, this
could.
would make sense because he's not in it.
Yes, he is deceased.
Yes, but it depends on how they deal with it. I mean, it's not like I only like his character to be.
No,
that's
I
not
know.
what it is. It's I like the way they use his character.
Obviously, it's a big thing. A big thing that you do like.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see in a few weeks. I did like. Obviously. They planned this like perfect heist to do. Never got to do it because they left to go and do it, and then fucking Luke, The Rock, shows up and arrests everyone, and because he did that, they got ambushed and his entire team died. So he joins the fray, and then I just love the fact that the plan's gone to shit, and he just uses his big truck to drive through the wall.
Oh yes, yep.
They're just like, plans changed, bam,
Yep.
take it, go. Obviously, I don't think their initial plan wasn't to take the safe. It was to move the money through the bathroom. Hence why they fucking blew out the wall.
Yeah.
But and did all that with so much poo.
Oh,
With so much poo.
I thought that was fucking. Again, that was another one that actually got a good ha. I mean, it's the shit explosion in the bathroom. But I thought that was genius. I was like, that's quite clever. Because it's a good way of creating a cover. There's no one fucking going in that room to see what's going on, is there?
No. It's literally plastered with poo everywhere. Just shit everywhere. So, yeah, I would avoid that. I would have thrown up immediately.
If I was a guy in that toilet, yeah, 100%.
I would have. I might not have lived it. I might not have survived.
I do remember a story. I wasn't privy to this. I was just been story been told. Someone that I went to uni with told me a story. He used to work in a recording studio and just as like an assistant in a studio, like job for one of the first jobs at a uni, trying to break it in the industry, right? And someone had come in and said the toilet had gotten blocked. So he'd gone in and was plunging the toilet. And as he like plunged it all just came up and exploded over him, which immediately made him then throw up over himself. And then he was like, so I'm now covered in a combination of other people's shit and my own vomit. He's like, I had nothing else to wear except for I happened to have a Superman costume in my car.
Did they replaster the wall? I'm not sure they were concerned
because
with replastering the wall, considering they just took the safe.
Yeah.
I don't think they were going back.
Because I don't think they went back and replastered the wall that the Rock drove through either.
No, I think they left that for the what remains of the Rio Police Department to solve themselves. But I did like how quickly the Rock just decided to dispatch of Reyes.
Oh yeah, that was another good one. Just got out of the car,
Help me!
didn't even look at him, just dead. Not for you. Don't like you.
It's quite enough of that. One thing I was just like, really? So obviously, Reyes' henchman chap that keeps showing up.
Oh yeah.
At the very, very end, after the bridge sequence, holding a gun on Dom, and then there's a gunshot, and he just falls down. It was Brian behind him. How did no one hear a Dodge fucking Charger
coming up the road
right behind him?
Yeah.
Or someone opening the door, getting out, putting it. But more importantly, how didn't the guy see him?
Yes, it's just coming down the road.
Coming in, like he had a fucking view of him coming in. It's just a long straight.
There was
bridge.
no other cars on that road.
Exactly, they'd all been fucking flattened.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, they'd been removed from view. They were either in the sea or they were like two-dimensional, like with just seeps of guts and blood pouring out of them in reality. But just nothing. Dodge Dodge Chargers, this might have been a Challenger to be fair, but either way.
Well, neither of them are quiet.
An American muscle car is loud. You would hear that coming. And we heard that they were loud when they were driving all about the place. Actually, one of the things I can think of is the fucking catastrophic noise that safe would have been making in reality.
Yes.
That would hurt my ears. I would be like, no! You can have the money, my poor little ears.
Also, I took umbrage with the fact that this guy's like, I don't want a paper trail for my money, so I'm going to keep it all in cash in cash houses. That, fine, whatever.
But has a digital
thingy, and then also isn't going to store it at a police station. Like, I don't understand what you're avoiding at this point. Like, who are you trying to not find out about it by putting it in the banks if the police know about it? Who are you trying to not find out? Found that was weird. Why don't you just put it in a bank at that point?
Because it would. There's obviously a higher branch of government that deals with that.
Also, he had it spread across multiple safe houses. Mm-hmm. You know, cash houses, if they're called. So, it's not all in one place. Realised it was going to get stolen, so put it all in one place. Why wouldn't you put it in multiple different places again? I don't understand. Why don't you put it all in one place? What you've done now is, okay, the target's harder.
Obviously, they were just in cash houses, lightly guarded. He's put it in a heavily guarded police station.
Went well for him.
No, it didn't go well for him. But I understand the logic and why he would do such a thing.
No, immediately I just went, put it in more than one place, you idiot.
Well, yes.
Because they're clearly going to still come for it.
He is an idiot. He's a master criminal.
This is a good point. But he was also clearly going to kill that guy from the safe house that was there to tell him what was going on.
Oh, yes, that was the scene had been
as soon as it shot the scene of him in the office, I was like, he's about to die.
Yeah, because that's a bit of a trope.
Yep.
That happens all the time. There's no universe in which case that scene could have been displayed and him walk out. If anything, that would have been purposefully set up that way to subvert expectations and be like a bit of a comedy bit that he actually survived and then just like falls down the stairs and dies anyway or something. Movie idea. Or scene idea. That'd be a shit movie, wouldn't it? Anyway, shall we get to the ranking?
Let's.
This is in a sensible place this time.
Yeah, I fixed it.
At number 1, we have The Fast and the Furious. At number 2, we have Fast and Furious. At number 3, we have Too Fast, Too Furious. And at number 4, we have The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Let's be honest, this is going to be the same reaction. If it isn't, I'll be shocked and appalled. Rich, you can close your lips.
And take your hands off your keyboard too.
On 3, shall we just... Actually, no, it's going to be really confusing because it'll be saying another number after 3. Number 1, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. It's just absolutely the top one.
Yeah.
It's easy. I think it has the best production value, the best set of action sequences. It has the most interesting plot. It has the best characterization, the best use of the characters. And it's just consistently the better one of any of them so far. So
Agreed.
I think that's totally fair.
Completely agree. I think this is one. I think it will remain very near the top the entire time. Personally, I think the other ones that we have on the list are now just going to stay where they are and just fall to the bottom, and then it's just going to be of the ones going forward that may bounce around a little bit. Personally, obviously, we may get to a different consensus going forward.
Perhaps.
Who knows? Who knows? That was the quickest ranking episode yet, I think.
Hey, we've been practicing. Got our technique down.
The double hand twist.
Worked out each other's kinks and likes and stuff,
You've made it too obvious now. This was on the nose and could have been... Oh, you don't want to do it on the nose, do you? And with that, I've finished my tea. So this has been Admit One, your movie and TV podcast right here on Rabbit Hole Media. If you like what you're doing is watching us. You can follow us on Twitter at rabbithole_UK. You can subscribe to us on YouTube where you can see us anytime that you wish. You can follow us on Twitch at Rabbit Hole Media. And you can subscribe and follow on multiple different podcast services on and around the internet.
Indeed.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
you join the chaos and carnage. It is a conversation over on the Discord.
Indeed.
And now you can follow us on Instagram at Rabbit Hole Media _UK and on TikTok at Rabbit Hole Media for all the behind the scenes tits and bits. If you would like to support us, head to merch.rabbitholemedia for a wide range of merchandise that has recently gotten wider. And finally, if you are watching us live on Twitch and are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch Prime membership a month. Please find it within your hearts to give that membership to us. It doesn't cost you a penny, but goes a very long way. They're helping us bring you the shows that you love.
It's taken you 50 minutes to drink your cup of tea. How cold was that?
No, it was pretty lukewarm.
Yeah, that was pretty minging, I'd imagine.
That was all right. See, if it was coffee, I would have thrown it. Like, just
appreciate it if you didn't do that in my house.
Well, I didn't mean like literally throw it. I mean, I would have discarded.
I see. Okay, fine.
I would have discarded the coffee. But tea, I don't mind.
All right, fair enough.
Unless it gets like ice cut, I don't mind lukewarm tea.
Hate it.
That's
I
fair
could
enough.
murder another cup of tea, though.
Oh, yeah, so could I.
Yeah.
So we'll do that in a minute. Coming up on the channel tomorrow, we have Rich hosting a split-second community stream with some lovely members of the community. Possibly myself. I haven't decided, quite frankly. But I will be in the chat either way. Just, yeah, that's an accurate statement. Yes, Rich will be hosting. There'll be some lovely people joining as well. So if you fancy joining or if you fancy watching, make sure to be there. That'll be tomorrow at 8 o'clock right here on Twitch. On Thursday, we have a busy week. Chris and I will be back to talk about Dying Light 2, giving you some straight-up gameplay. Chris's thoughts, my first impressions based on what I'm seeing, because I haven't played it yet, and like a review discussion type stream.
I need to try and get some more hours on it before Thursday. I haven't had a huge amount of time to play it yet. And has a real long intro.
I'm not surprised.
Has a real long intro, so like I've only just got to the point where it's like I'm hitting proper game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So hopefully Hopefully that can happen for you.
Should do.
This is excellent. Saturday we will fucking finally be finished with the Book of Boba shite.
I have a new prediction. Well, I don't have a prediction, but have you seen the current rumors that are going around now about it?
No.
What people think is going to happen?
No.
I'm still strong on my prediction. I just want to point that out again. We said it last week, and I'll clip it when I'm right. That I think that... Well, I'm not going...
You won't go into it.
Yeah, but yeah, what I think is going to happen. Currently, I've seen a lot of people online that seem to think Mace Windu is going to turn up. People think that Mace Windu is alive, and that Boba Fett is going to be looking for Mace Windu.
Why?
Because Mace Windu killed his dad.
That's got nothing to do with the plot.
Correct. Yep. Also, where the fuck has Mace Windu been the entire time? You mean he's been alive and hasn't helped with any of this? Has happened over, with everything with Luke and whatnot. Also, the reason they're latching onto this is because of a throwaway comment that the guy who I can never pronounce his name, who plays Boba Fett, has said in an interview that he thinks Boba Fett would want revenge on Mace Windu. So, because he said that in an interview, now people are like clutching on to that, going, "Well, that means Mace Windu's going to be in it." So,
no, it's just an actor's perception on a character.
Yeah.
Nonsense. That's got nothing to do with anything. Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Correct.
So yes, we'll be watching the finale. Well, we'll be talking about the finale of the Book of Boba Fett here, 8 o'clock on Saturday, immediately followed by our weekly gaming show. Press start. Hannah says, do we think Boba Fett is going to be in episode 7?
I reckon he'll get a cameo, yeah.
Yeah. I would say it would be shocking if he's not in a finale of a show that has his name in the title, but I also think it's quite shocking that he hasn't been in it for 2 episodes.
Yes.
So, who fucking knows? That being said, there are episodes of Daredevil that don't have Daredevil in it. So who knows? Who knows? Next Tuesday will we be
Hang on, let me just press the reset button here. There you go.
Next Tuesday, we will, of course, be back right here at 8 p.m. talking about Furious 6. Fast and Furious 6, of course. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us in the chat or on YouTube later. And until next time, we shall see you then.
Goodbye.